The NBA play-ins are underway. In today's video, we're looking to solve one question. Do they actually matter? Hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about it. 2026 play-ins. Let's talk over the teams real quick. I'll give over a quick explanation of who I think is going to win. And then we're going to talk about, historically, do the play-ins even matter? I'm not talking about anything other than the teams that do win the play-ins, or if the seedings change from, 8 to goes to 7, does it actually have a change historically? But anyway, talking about the play-in contestants this season, or the play-in teams this season, we have the Clippers versus the Warriors. We have the Suns versus the Blazers. Mind you, for those of you that don't remember how the play-ins go, the 9 and 10 seed have to win. And then once you win, you play the loser of the 7 and 8 seed for the 8 spot. So basically, if you're at the 7 and 8 seed, you have 2 lives. So again, Suns and Trailblazers, they are at the 7 and 8 seed. Then we have on the east side, Hornets and Heat playing to get to the 8th seed. And then the 76ers and Magic playing to keep 7 seed. Loser goes to play the winner of this. So what I would say, my immediate prediction for the Warriors Clippers is, I don't think this is a hot take, but I think the Clippers should be favored for this match. I'm going to go with Warriors. The only reason why, if I'm being completely honest with you, is Stephen Curry. And to me, that's really all the reason I need when choosing between a 9 and 10 seed. Again, you could go Clippers Kawhi. That makes perfect sense. I don't think you're wrong for that. I'm just going to back Stephen Curry. There's really nothing more to my reasoning there. Prediction for the Suns and Trailblazers. I'm actually going to go with the Suns. I think the Blazers have a better future. I think the Suns are a bit more experienced now. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Suns for that. And then the winner of the Blazers and Warriors, I would actually pick the Blazers. As much as I want to say Warriors, Blazers to me just have a more complete roster. Hornets and Heat. I want to say Hornets, and I am going to say Hornets, but the play-in Heat are no joke. Eric Spoelstra finds a way damn near every year, if not every year, literally. But I'm going to go with the Hornets off of the fact that, to me, that they just had an incredible second half of the season. With how they started to how they finished, it's been insane. They shouldn't win, but again, Eric Spoelstra in the play-ins is pretty crazy. Sixers Magic, even without Joel Embiid, the Sixers should win. Magic seems to be all over the place this season. Granted, they have Franz back, so that's going to be a big help, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Magic do win, but 76ers to me are the better team, and then Hornets and Magic, I'm going to go with the Hornets. Reason why is pretty straightforward. Again, I don't believe in the Magic. As much as I want to say the roster is talented, too much has gone wrong, if I'm being honest with you. But those would be my predictions. But now the point of the video, does all this even matter? Realistically, is the Hornets, Heat, Clippers, Warriors going to do anything to the first or second seed? Or it would be in this case actually first seed because they can only get the 8th spot. Could they do anything against the first seed? Could the Trailblazers, instead of originally playing the first seed, go to the 7th seed and actually do anything against the Spurs? The short answer is historically, rarely. So we go into the play-in tournament history. Let's go off last year. So last year we had the Magic and Hawks, and we had the Warriors Grizzlies. In this case, the Warriors won, maintained their 7th seed. Magic won, maintained their 7th seed. Without the play-in tournament, the Magic and Warriors would already keep their 7th seed. Okay, then we had the 9 seed Heat play the 10 seed Bulls. The Heat won. Then we had the 9 seed Mavericks play the 10 seed Kings. Due to the Heat winning, again, they were the 9 seed. They play the 8 seed Hawks. The Heat actually did win. So if the play-ins were not there, the Heat would be out of the playoffs. Because of that, they slot into the playoffs at the 8th seed. Did they do anything last year? No, they lost 4-0. So 2024, 2025, looking like a nothing burger. Grizzlies maintain their 8th seed spot, which, again, it's all the same. They lost 4-0. So now you have to ask yourself, okay, last year the play-ins meant nothing. What about the year before that? Let's keep going. 2024 play-in tournament. We have the 7th seed Lakers beating the Pelicans at the 8th seed, so nothing changed there. 7th seed Kings beating the 8th seed Warriors. Nothing changed there. 7th seed Sixers beating the 7th seed Heat. Again, no changes. Bulls beat Hawks, no changes. Everything happened as it should have. So the Pelicans and Heat both won, which means, again, the 8th seed that year kept their 8th seed spot. This is another year where the play-ins changed nothing. The seeding was already the seeding, so 2024, nothing changed. Okay, let's go into 2023. Did anything change here? Hawks beat the Heat. Heat were the 7th seed, so them losing big deal, because instead of playing who would have been, let's find out who they would have played this year. So the Heat would have played the Celtics. Instead, they went on to play the Bucks. The Heat losing genuinely mattered in terms of the seedings. They ended up going to the finals the year of Jimmy Butler. The Heat ended up beating the Bulls. Timberwolves ended up beating the Thunder. So the only thing that changed in terms of what would have been different without the play-in tournament is the Heat went from the 7th spot to the 8th spot, which again had great implications on the playoffs. So let's look at the bracket. I guess I could have pulled this one up originally, but what's done is done. The Heat ended up going to the finals. They beat the Bucks the first round. Granted, could you say, is this possible for you to say, oh, if the Heat were to play the Celtics the first round, things would be different? There's no way to know. What we do know is them moving to the 8th seed, it did matter. Nets beat Cavs. Timberwolves beat Clippers. So the 7th seeds stay where they are, which is a pretty consistent theme. But again, the Heat are the exception. So the 7 seeds stay where they're supposed to be this year. The 9 seeds ended up being the 10 seeds. So Hawks and Pelicans move on. Now this is where things do matter. The Hawks, who were the 9 seed, ended up beating the Cavs. So the Cavs, who were supposed to be the 8th seed, are now eliminated. Okay, so that, again, plans, okay, they actually changed something this year too. Pelicans, who were supposed to be the 9th seed, ended up beating the Clippers. So they slot in as the 8th seed. Now, did it matter? No, because if you look at the Hawks and Pelicans, Heat beat Hawks 4-1, Suns beat Pelicans 4-2. So no, it didn't actually matter in terms of the actual playoff run, but it does, again, take the Cavs and Clippers out of the equation. So 2022 and 2023, play-ins actually mattered. Moving to 2021, did it actually matter? 7th seed beats the 8th seed. 9 seed beats the 10 seed. Okay, this year, nothing crazy so far. 7 seed beats the 8 seed. 9 seed beats the 10 seed. Still nothing crazy. And then the Wizards beat the Pacers. They were supposed to be the 8 seed. And then the Grizzlies beat the Warriors. So the only difference in 2021 was the Grizzlies, who were not supposed to be in the playoffs without the play-in, beat the Warriors, and they're in the playoffs. Did it actually have any difference? No, they ended up losing to the Jazz in the first round. But this is 3 years in a row. Okay, we have 2021, 2022, and 2023 where the play-ins actually mattered. So to the answer to the question, yes, historically the play-ins do matter. They change things, for 3 years in a row. Granted, does it typically change the outcome of a playoff series? No. Only one playoff series was actually changed, period, which was the Heat, again, beating the Bucks that first round. Could this year, theoretically, follow the same suit where a 9 or 10 seed, makes their way into the playoffs, or an 8 seed takes over the 7 seed? Probably not. Pistons being the 1 seed, the Hornets would make it a really good series, in my opinion. I think that would actually be very interesting. Let's see, the 2 seed Celtics will wipe the floor with anyone. Not to say that the Pistons would lose. I'm just saying it would be interesting as all. I would actually be entertained. I'm not expecting any big, runs this year from the lower seeded teams. However, I think a series with the Hornets would be more entertaining than a series with the Magic or a series with the Heat. That's all I'm trying to say. Same to the West. I think a series with the Warriors would be more entertaining than a series with the Suns or the Blazers, just because, again, Stephen Curry brings that X factor to the playing table. Which, do I ever expect the Warriors to win a single series this year? No, I do not. But just for the sake of entertainment purposes, I think it would be very fun. I would imagine most people would agree with me. Like, Stephen Curry, oh man, who's not going to watch that? But anyway, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you like, subscribe, it goes a long way to the channel. This is All We've Been Different. All We've Been Different. And we out.